So this is going to be my 3-month update for Project Polish. I've been doing this since the beginning of the year. I actually had 7 different polishes that I picked out at the beginning of the year, and I've just been working on those polishes, slowly trying to use them up. I finally finished off a polish after 3 months of using them. So let me start off with that, and then I'll go through and show you all the other polishes and if I decided to add in a replacement polish for this month. So first polish that was finished is my Julep polish in Witney, and I was right here at the last update, and this is all finished off. I had to dump a ton of thinner in here. The application that's on my fingernails right now is the final application. There might be enough left in here. There's like the tiniest little bit. There's like that much at the bottom that I can't get out, and even if I could get it out, it'd be enough for like my pinky nails. So this is the thinner that I toss into all of my polishes. I'm all the way down here. I've had this bottle for like 1.5 years now, but I love this stuff. This is from Sally's. It's under $4. This works the best. I've tried out some thinners that are probably 3 times the price of this, 4 times the price of this, but they don't work at all. I had to return them. I bought this one. It was super cheap. I'll leave a link down in the description box, just the direct link where you could purchase this if you wanted some. But anyway, back to this polish. I love the color of this. I'm really gonna miss it because it's so unique. I don't have any other colors in my collection that was like this. It's a really pretty color. So I'm gonna move on to my other polishes that are still in rotation so you can see where I'm at on these polishes. So this one right here, I actually did not use this one, and I was planning on it. I was gonna use it instead of what I have on my nails now, but I figured I just have one last application left in Witney. This is Jennifer from Julep, and I was right there at the last update, so obviously if I didn't use it, I'm still right there. This is a really pretty one. I like to use this if I'm doing like a at-home DIY French manicure. So that is it there. That is about 3 coats of that swatched out so that it's more opaque, but I'll put a coat of this down on the nails, put one of those white striper polishes that you can get at like the dollar store, put that down at the end of my nail, and then put a second coat of this over the top of it, and it just looks like a really nice professional looking French manicure. So I really like this for that. I can use this on its own. I just prefer to use it as in that method. So anyway, there was that one. Then I had my Sally Hansen Xtreme Wear Hard as Nails polish in number 370 Blackout. And I was right there at the last update, and I'm down at that bottom line. So I'm about the halfway mark in this one. That is the swatch of it there. This is a pretty decent polish, pretty decent black polish for the drugstore. I really enjoyed this one. I enjoy using this one, and it pairs nicely with other polishes. Like if I'm doing an ombre or like some kind of nail art or something, I like to reach for the black one. It's pretty opaque, and I would say after 2 coats, it's perfect. So anyway, there was that one. My next one up here is this super shiny silver one there, and this one is from Orly, and you can see my little marks here. I was right at that mark. I think I was just a little bit lower than that 3rd mark at the last update, but it was such a small insignificant amount that I didn't, take off the marking and remark it. So I'm right down at that bottom mark, and it looks like I was kind of angling my mark there. Whoops, that is not straight. But anyway, I'm about the halfway mark on this polish too, but I really like the tone of this one. I really like how it looks on the nails when you get down about like 3 coats of this polish. You just have to be extremely careful that you don't have any ridges or bumps or any sort of anything on your nails, because any little imperfection on your nails will definitely show up with this polish right here, but it just looks so gorgeous. So that is the Orly polish in Shine. Sorry about that, I didn't tell you the name. Then next up is one from Zoya. This one is in Mason, and this is super pretty. I was right up there at the last update, and I got down to that bottom mark. I actually used this one twice, and it was a good polish. I like this one. I really like using this with a matte top coat, but if I don't have a matte top coat, I just have like, your standard shiny top coat, it's fine. It's kind of like a maroon, like a pinky maroon, but it's got all those little flecks of micro shimmers running through it. So when you put that matte top coat over it, it completely changes the polish. All those different, you know, micro shimmers that are in it really come to life, and they're really prominent when you put that matte top coat over it. So maybe I'll try and do that over throughout April and maybe take a photo of it if I remember. So that one right there was Mason. Then we're gonna move on to this really hot fluorescent, you know, bright, intense pink color. This is my Wet n Wild. Well, it's from the Fergie line, but it is from Wet n Wild. This one's in Fergalicious, and I was at that third mark right there, and I got down to that bottom mark. So just use this one once. I think I used this one on my toes. Yeah, I think I used this one on my toes. I had to think about that for a minute because I kind of swapped back and forth between my other polishes, but yeah, this one was used on my toes. Very small amount of progress in between the lines when I just use it on my toes, but hey, you know, progress is progress. I'm still working through this. The next one is kind of just like a topper. It's like a flaky accent. This one is the Maybelline Color Show Jewels number 608, Gilded in Gold, and I am down at that bottom line there. I was at that mark for 2 updates because I dumped a ton of thinner and got all of the glitter flecks off of the side at the bottle at the last update, so I was still there, but now I'm down to there since I did use it. I used this twice on my fingers, once on my toes, so this one had a lot of applications throughout the month of March, so I was really happy about that. I have no idea how I'm going to get the rest of the flaky glitters out of this one because it's so incredibly hard to get them out. It's not like your regular polish. If you dump a ton of thinner in here, it'll, you know, make the liquid that's in here thinner, but you gotta collect all those little glittery pieces, and you know, I still like this one. It's just getting really difficult to use, so I might have to dump out a little bit on like a plastic plate or something, but I'm definitely gonna keep using this guy in with this one because it's extremely helpful when it gets down to that point where it's hard to get on the brush. That is it. I think this was either 3 or 4 coats of that glittery flaky polish there. Moving on to this next one, my replacement polish for this month, it is this really light kind of minty pastel shade. I thought that would be kind of fun for summer, and I thought I could even pair it with like the black one or this really light one here from Julep at the front. And it might even look kind of cool with the glitter over the top of it. And you know, something with this bright pink might look cool with it. So I don't know, I'll play around with it for the month of April. But it is another one of the Sally Hansen Hard as Nails Extreme Wear polishes. This one is in number 880, Kelp Yourself, and there's just something about this polish. I love the name of it. I'm only right there though, so this one's pretty full, but it does have the 0.4 fluid ounces, so there's a little bit less in this one than there is in, you know, like the standard Orly polish or Zoya polish or China Glaze. There's a little bit less in these. So I really like this one because it's very opaque. 1 coat is pretty good and I might be able to get away with it, but generally I'll do 2 coats of it. This one right here, this has 2 coats. It's super opaque. It's just the perfect consistency. So not only do I enjoy the shade that it is, but the consistency on this polish is just top notch. So that was Kelp Yourself. That is my additional polish for this month. And even though I have a ton on here, and I have, what do I have? 1, 2, 3. So even though I have 7 polishes on here that are in my current rotation, one of them is just like a top, like a flaky top coat. So I'm not too worried about that one. That one will get used up eventually. I can't put that one all over my nails and call it a day. You know, that one just goes over something else. So I have 6 color polishes in here, 1 glittery top coat. I'm okay with that because usually I can balance out 6 polishes and it's just fine. So anyway, that is another look at my nail wheel for the 3rd update. As you can see there, that's what I'm working with, and maybe I'll have another polish finished off by the next time. Maybe I can get this guy out of the way, or maybe I can use the rest of this one up as much as I can, because these Julep polishes, if I use this probably 3 times on my fingers, I could finish off the rest of this bottle. Maybe 4 times. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I could definitely finish this one off for the month of April, and I could definitely finish this guy off too. It's just the matter of, do I want to wear that polish 4 times in a row? So anyway, I'll check back in with you guys at the end of the month for my 4th update. I appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.